Good afternoon. Welcome to another day of Bible prophecy. The title of this recording is God Revealed the First Flight of the Space Shuttle Orbiter in Ezekiel chapter 1-28. Now, what this does, the space shuttle, by God revealing the space shuttle, and the United States of America is the only nation who possess such vehicle. In doing so, God revealed the United States all at the same time by giving a general description of the space shuttle orbiter. As I said, God spoke through signs and symbols in the scriptures, through the scriptures of the Holy Bible, and when the characteristics match with the character, then we know we can add the name, face, name, and place upon which God was talking of in Bible prophecy. First, let us begin in Ezekiel chapter 1. Now it came to pass in the 13th year, in the 4th month, in the 5th day of the month, as I was among the captives by the river Chebar, Chebar, that the heavens were open, and I saw visions of God. In the 5th day of the month, which was the 5th year of King Jehoiakim's captivity, the word of the Lord came expressly unto Ezekiel the priest, the son of Buzi, in the land of the Chaldees by the river Chebar, Chebar, and the hand of the Lord was there upon him. As I looked, and behold, a whirlwind came out of the north, a great cloud, and a fire enfolding itself, and a brightness was about it, and out of the midst thereof, as the color of amber, out of the midst of the fire, also came out of the midst thereof, came the likeness of 4 living creatures, and this was their appearance. They had the likeness of a man is number 1, and every one had 4 faces, and every one had 4 wings, and their feet were straight feet, and the sole of their feet was like the sole of a calf's foot, and they sparkled like the color of burnished brass, and they had the hands of a man under their wings on their 4 sides, and they 4 had their faces and their wings. I'm going to stop right there at verse 8, and I want to go back and give you a general description so you can keep in mind of some characteristics which is similar to what I just read. Now, it says, I looked, and behold, a whirlwind came out of the north. In other words, it's giving you a geographic location where the one who created and manufactured this vehicle, came from the families out of the north, out of the Gentiles. And a great cloud and a fire unfolding itself. These 4 living creatures, but they were living by a spirit of fire. We know man doesn't have fire living. He said these things living by fire. They came out of the fire. No human. We don't see human walking around here with fire. all of them. We don't see that. So God had to be talking about something that man had created and manufactured for it to come out a have fire to cause it to come alive. You know, like different vehicles. Vehicles come alive by the use of fire. Man had to went through technology and created and manufactured this thing. This is what God letting us know by He saying it coming out of fire. He letting us know that this was something that man had created and made come alive with the use of technology and the fire. Now, okay, that's verse 4. Also, out of the midst thereof was the likeness of 4 living creatures. This is what he said. Is 4. I mean, it had four in this fleet. 4 different versions of this vehicle. I told of 4 in the fleet. And this was their appearance. They 4 had the likeness of a man. In other words, the likeness of a man means it did the exact thing that a man. It was controlled by the man because it had the characteristics of man. It did what the man obeyed the man. So we know this was no beast. So it had the likeness of man. Whatever the man told it, commanded it to do, this vehicle did what man said do and acted out or his will. So it's a man created. And everyone had 4 faces and 4 wings. Okay, he's telling you the first stage of this vehicle. It had 4 faces. 4 faces are the functions. Different functions that it had was described as this vehicle began its first flight. And it says everyone had 4 wings. It tells you this vehicle from the first stage of the flight that it had 4 wings, which caused it to take off from its first voyage of flight, would leave the earth as it's sitting on the launching pad. Now I get to that in a minute. And their feet and their feet were straight feet, and the sole of their feet was likened to the sole of a calf. A calf's foot is flat on the bottom. So this tells you that this thing, the feet was flat, that this has tremendous amount of weight, and where the tires was mounted on, which was sit up on earth, it was flat on the bottom because of the tremendous weight. And they sparkle like colored brass or burning brass. When you see an aircraft touch down from the runway, as it comes down, a runway aircraft, the tires sparkle as it comes down. That he letting you know the feet of this thing, which was the wheels of this thing on steel. As it touched down, they sparkle. He giving you the characteristics of this, so you know when you see the character. And they had the hands of a man under their wings on their 4 sides, and they 4 had their faces and their wings. The man had his hand. They see the man's hand on the wings, meaning the man was the navigator. He was the controller of the flight of this thing. In other words, there wasn't no power flying with controlling himself. The man had the power to control this thing and make it fly because it said the man's hand was under the wings of this craft. We go into verse 9, still in Ezekiel. Their wings were joined one to another. They turned not when they went. They went everyone straight by. He telling you the wings, all 4 of these wings was connected one to another. And if all 4 wings are connected one to another, this was not about power. This was a vehicle. These are the components. The wings are the components which cause this vehicle to take flight. That's what it is. It's not always, hot air balloon take flight with the hot air, and then a kite take flight by its shape, by the thermal cloud. But this vehicle, these 4 components was the wing. The wings which caused it to take flight leaving from the launching pad was 4. And those wings was, you had a left solid fuel boosted rocket, right solid fuel boosted rocket, external fuel tank, and a jet engine. 1, 2, 3, 4. These are the 4 wings that caused this vehicle to take flight and leave the launching pad. The 4 components to cause it to fly, to leave the launching pad and leave the earth. These are the 4 wings which is talking about. But when we go a little bit further in here, it'll show you that this was a two-stage vehicle. God is talking about the first stage of the vehicle when he describes